Number 1 on this list is a revolver your grandfather could have bought for the price of a week's groceries. Today, a good one sells for more than he paid for his first car. And number 2? Number 2 is a lever rifle, so rare in the right form that a single example can bring over $100,000 at auction. Your grandfather might have just called it his deer gun. Here is how this usually goes. An old man passes, and his family opens the closet. And there, in the back, wrapped in an oily rag, is a gun. Nobody knows much about it. It is old. It is a little dusty. Somebody says, let's just sell it and get a couple $100. And sometimes, that couple $100 gun is worth $10,000. These are 10 guns your grandfather owned that could be worth a small fortune today. But first, one honest warning, because it truly matters. With every gun on this list, condition is everything. An original, untouched gun can be worth 10 times a worn one. And if you scrub it, or oil it up, or have it re-blued to make it look pretty, you can destroy most of its value in a single afternoon. So do not clean it. Get it looked at by someone who knows. Then decide. Now, let's count them down. Number 10. The Winchester Model 12. This was the pump shotgun in 10 million American closets. If your grandfather hunted birds, he probably had one leaning in a corner. Now, let's be honest. Most Model 12s are worth a few $100s. But here is where it gets interesting. The real value hides in the details. A rare gauge, like the little 28, a high grade with fancy engraving, an early gun in untouched condition, those can jump into the thousands. So before anyone sells Grandpa's old bird gun for $200, somebody had better check exactly which one it is. Number 9. The Browning Auto 5. You know it by its shape. The humpback shotgun with that squared-off back. John Browning himself called it his finest design. The ones made in Belgium, before production moved overseas, are the ones collectors want most. And a version called the Sweet 16 has a devoted following all its own. A plain, worn one is a few $100s, but a clean, early Belgian gun can climb well past $1,000, and the special ones climb higher still. Number 8. The Savage Model 99. This is the classy one. A lever-action rifle with a smooth, streamlined look and a clever rotary magazine, back when everyone else was building the same old thing. Hunters loved it for 100 years. And today, collectors chase the early ones and the rare chamberings. A common late Model 99 is affordable, but an early, high-condition rifle in a sought-after caliber can bring several $1,000s. Number 7. The Winchester Model 94. The deer rifle of America. More of these were made than almost any rifle in history. Your grandfather, and probably his father too, owned one. Here is the magic word. 64. In 1964, Winchester changed the way the Model 94 was built to make it cheaper. The guns made before that change are the ones collectors pay for. A pre-64 Model 94 in good shape is worth real money. And if it is truly old, made before 1900, it is a genuine antique that can bring far, far more. Number 6. The War Souvenir. Now open the sock drawer. Because a huge number of American grandfathers came home from the Second World War with a pistol tucked in a duffel bag, a German Luger with that famous toggle top, a Walther P38. These were the trophies of a generation. A plain one, with mismatched parts, might bring around $2,000, but one with all its matching numbers, its original finish, and the papers proving Grandpa carried it home can bring far more than that. With these, the story is worth as much as the steel. Here is where the story turns. Everything so far has been a gun Grandpa bought or brought home. Nice money. A pleasant surprise. But the next few are not surprises. They are fortunes, the kind of gun that quietly pays off a mortgage. And before we get to them, one of these just made you picture a specific gun. In a safe, in a closet, on the wall at your parents' house. Tell me in the comments what it is, and whose it was. Number 5. The M1 Garand. General Patton called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. It was the rifle that armed America through the Second World War, and a great many soldiers brought theirs home. Most surplus Garens are valuable but still affordable. But the early ones are a different world entirely. A rare early version, called a gas trap, sold at auction for $57,500. If Grandpa's old army rifle has the right early features, it is not a keepsake, it is a payday. Number 4. The Winchester Model 70. They call it the rifleman's rifle. For decades, it was simply the finest bolt-action hunting rifle made in America. And once again, that same magic year, a Model 70 made before 1964 is the one to own. The craftsmanship was on another level. Depending on the caliber and the condition, a pre-64 Model 70 can bring anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 or more, and the rarest calibers go far beyond that. Number 3. The Colt Single Action Army. The Peacemaker, the gun that won the West, the revolver in just about every Western movie ever made. Colt has built these for over 150 years, so a modern one is not the prize. The prize is a first-generation gun made before the Second World War. A real first-generation single-action army, in honest condition, starts in the thousands and climbs quickly into the tens of thousands. And if it carries history, a name, a date, a connection to someone real, there is almost no ceiling. Number 2. The Winchester Model 1873. This is the actual gun that won the West, not a nickname. The real rifle that settled the frontier, carried by everyone from lawmen to outlaws. Almost any original Model 1873 is worth thousands today, simply for what it is. But Winchester made a special version. They tested their barrels, and the very finest were stamped 1 of 1,000. Those rifles are the holy grail. When one surfaces, it can sell for well over $100,000. One of them even helped inspire an entire Hollywood movie. If that is sitting in your grandfather's closet, you are not holding a gun, you are holding a house. Number 1. The Colt Python. Here is the heartbreaker. The one people wish, more than any other on this list, that they had never let go. In 1955, Colt built the Python, a stunningly beautiful .357 revolver with a deep royal blue finish and a trigger like nothing else. It sold for about $125. For decades, men bought them, carried them, and traded them away for almost nothing. And then the world woke up. Today, a plain used Python starts around $2,000. A clean one brings $3,000 or $4,000. And the rare early finishes, the nickel guns, the first-year guns, have sold for $30,000, $50,000, and more. A revolver Grandpa bought for the price of a nice dinner now sells for the price of a car. Nobody saw it coming. And a great many families sold theirs for a couple $100 and will never stop wishing they hadn't. So here is the truth about this whole list. The gun in the back of the closet is not just a gun. It might quietly be the most valuable thing in the house, and nobody knows it. So if an old gun ever comes down to you, do 3 things. Do not clean it, do not sell it in a hurry, and get it looked at by a real appraiser before you let it go. Because the difference between a couple $100 and a couple $100,000 is very often just knowing what you are holding. If one of these is in your family, tell me which one in the comments. And if you want more of the things America grew up with, stay with us. There are plenty more where these came from.